I found the most ugly truth in the Bitcoin chart, and somehow nobody is talking about this. I haven't seen anybody discuss this, and this is the ugly truth about Bitcoin's next bull run top. This is going to absolutely blow your mind. You better be sitting down. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I went from welfare to minting millionaires with my courses, and I'm here to actually help you. Use crypto to get closer to your financial freedom. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to talk about Bitcoin's entire history here. And we're going to talk about 4 distinct cycles that Bitcoin has played in and how this is going to determine the precise price of Bitcoin's next top. And what I'm going to share with you is going to shock you. It might make you very, very angry, but you're going to respect the hell out of it because it's based on pure facts in the charts. And it's actually pretty mind-blowing. We're going to start here. Back in 2010, 2011, with this top here, it was relatively short, but Bitcoin had a 327,000% return, meaning from our bottom to our top was 327,000%, which is just ridiculous. But what's fascinating is that if you take this number and you divide it by 5.3, it predicted this next top. Meaning if you took 327,000, this number here, and you just divide it by 5.3, how did it predict this number? And you may say, well, that's just a one-off. If you just take this one to try to get this number, it's a one-time thing with this 5.3. Because Bitcoin ran all the way down from this $2 price point all the way up here. It's just a coincidence. It just happened to be this, but it's not. Because if we take this number, which again, Bitcoin rallied from $2 all the way up to 1,200 and something, which is absurd. But if you just take this 62,000% number and let's apply our same theory, let's divide by 5.3 again. There's no way that it could reach this number. There's no way that it would be that accurate in predicting the tops. Well, let's run the number. And do it at home. 62,000 and change divided by 5.3. Keep in mind, Bitcoin went from this price and crashed all the way down and spent all this time at the bottom and doing all of these things, and month after month after month after month after month after month after month of a bull run, and nobody in planet Earth would possibly know where the top was. There's no way to know that. But if we took this number divided by 5.3, it equals this number. And that predicted the top years before it happened. So now we're 2 for 2. It predicted this top and it predicted this top. There's no way in hell that same number of 5.3 predicted this top years before it happened. There's no way. There's no way, right? But here we are. Because Bitcoin crashed from 20K and we crashed all the way down to 3,000. And nobody knew what the hell was going on. A lot of people were calling Bitcoin was dead. Nobody knew what was going on. And then we went on this crazy rally. And it was really destroyed by this COVID crash. And there was all sorts of curveballs and chaos. And we had this double top, which for the first time ever, we had a double top. And it was chaos. It was all of these things Bitcoin has never seen before. But years earlier, it already predicted the top. If you take this 11,600 and change and you divide that by 5.3, it already predicted the top years before the top happened. This is where things really start heating up. And you can check the math at home. Do this number divided by 5.3. It equals this number. It gave us a percent. It said Bitcoin's next rally from our bottom to our top is going to be roughly 2,200%. That's what this theory gave us. It wasn't right once. It wasn't right twice. It was precisely right, fascinatingly accurate 3 times in a row. Or in other words, for Bitcoin's entire history, this has been accurate at predicting Bitcoin's next top years in advance. The only number you really need to predict Bitcoin's price is the bottom. Right? As soon as you know where Bitcoin bottoms, you just take the math based on the percent and you go from the bottom to the top. Now I'm going to unveil where Bitcoin's price target is. And we're going to do it from a few numbers. We're going to do it saying that this number where Bitcoin bottomed, where we believe it bottomed, is the number. And we'll do it for the folks that believe that the bottom is at 10K, okay, or below. Now, this is where things get really interesting, right? You have to know where the bottom is. Then you just take the percent and you go to town. But things get very, very interesting when you do that, because when you take this number, 2,200%, and you divide it by our 5.3, it's like 413%, right? Roughly 417, it's right around there. That's not a lot. So one could say, hey, Bitcoin has been losing steam. Easy to say. Any new market will be hot in the beginning and you won't see those returns ever again, right? So this diminishing returns, this is incredibly accurate, right? Ben talks a lot about this. It's purely based on fact. It's right in front of us. We're getting less and less return. You can't argue it. You can't. We were at 327,000%. Then we went to 62,000. Then we went to 11,000. Then we're at 2,000. That's right in front of our face. Now, the next cycle top should be 416%. It should be 416% from the bottom. But what else is interesting is the past two cycles had exactly 35 bars, or precisely 1,066 days. You can see it here. From our precise bottom to our top was exactly the same number of days. How crazy is that? 1,065 days. So let's talk about when first. We'll talk about when the top, and then I'm going to unveil the price targets. When the top, let's say this is our bottom, right? When the top, we're just going to do 1,000 and what was it? 1,065 days, right? 35 bars. So 1,065 days, 35 bars will bring us to May 2025. So May 2025, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for that to be our next top. So we have some years to come. We have some years to come from where we are now to get up to May 2025. But what's going to happen? How high could Bitcoin really go, right? Let's first do our measured move from below 10K. All those folks that are screaming we're going below 10K, let's make you guys really devastated right now, because we do not believe we're going below 10K. We called for the bottom to be in a little over 90 days ago, and there's been no facts in the charts that have come to change our mind. There's significant facts, and you can watch our other videos that the bottom is in, but we'll leave that for other videos. Let's do our measured move from 10K, because again, in May 2025, we're going to reach our top, but let's say we haven't bottomed yet, and let's say it's going to be about 10K, and we talked about 416% gain for our next market cycle top. So 416% gets us to $56,000 Bitcoin if the bottom is around 10K. Okay, pretty crazy, mind-blowing. But again, we're talking about this number that's been right Bitcoin's entire history at predicting the next top. I'm going to unveil this number, and I'm going to talk about, do I honestly believe we're going to hit this number? Because we believe the bottom is in. So it's pretty easy for us to do the measured move from there at 416% to see where we're going to get to. All right. Are you ready? Because it's not what you want to hear, but you will respect it because it's all based on facts. It's all based on facts. And then I'm going to unveil it. And then I'm going to talk about, what do I think is going to happen? Do I think we're going to reach at this kind of a number, or this is highly unlikely? Let's talk about it. So what do we say? 416%, right? We think the bottom is in, so we're going to measure it from right here. And we're just going to go up. Right now we're at 300% and we're climbing. Bitcoin is at 379% and we're climbing. We're up at 416%, roughly 90K top for Bitcoin, and roughly May 2025. You can clip it. We'll see. Roughly May 2025, the price will be a roughly $90,000 Bitcoin. Okay. So now the question becomes, is this even possible? Because we heard for years Bitcoin is supposed to reach $1 million. Everybody's going to be driving Lambos. It's going to be at least $250,000, and everyone wants $500,000. Are these numbers, which one could be more accurate? What do you think? Put your comments down below. I'm about to give my opinion. And this is opinion based on a lot of years inside of the charts. I love the charts. I love everything about them. And I only go based on the facts in the charts, not my emotional opinion. My emotional opinion, Bitcoin's going to be $250,000, $500,000, everybody driving Lambos. That's my emotional opinion. But when I look at the facts, this is more realistic. 90K Bitcoin, the next market cycle top. Why? We've got a ton of turmoil over here at this 60K. We had a double top at 60K. It's going to be hell to break through that. And we've got diminishing returns that are right in front of our face. We can't argue with that. We went from this 327,000 to 62 to 11 to 2. These are in front of our faces. So 416% more realistic, right? People that are calling for 10x, 100x, that's just for clicks and views. And, the education with the charts might not be there. I don't want to call anybody out, but we base everything based on the facts and the charts. Now, what we believe is going to happen is Bitcoin's going to shock everybody. The bottom is in, and the next top will not be as high as everybody suspects. I think those things we can all agree. Bitcoin likes to do the opposite. And as soon as Bitcoin starts moving, everybody's going to be saying 100K by next week. You're going to see it all over the media, all over social media, headlines, newspapers. Bitcoin's going to be coming up just around the corner as 100K. And we might not ever reach that with the next cycle. All right. So this 90K, do I believe that it's going to be precisely 90K? Nobody knows. But if we base it on our math, we look at this theory that nobody's talking about somehow, I don't know how, it's been accurate for Bitcoin's entire history. This is pretty fascinating. It's not what you want to hear, but in the same token, Bitcoin is at roughly 20K now, and to go from 20 something to 90 is pretty damn good. And you can't get that in other markets. You can't. So even with this diminishing returns, still incredible. But I wanted to bring this to your attention. What do I think is going to happen? I think Bitcoin's going to shock everybody. The bottom is in, and Bitcoin's price will probably top around this number. Give or take 10, 20,000. I think it'll be around this number. It'll be at a number that people are not comfortable with, and nobody will think that the top is in. But now that you have this video, you'll be ahead of the game. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Share this video with one person who likes crypto. Just one person. Share this video right now. Send them the link to this video. Have them watch it and get their opinion. Have a discussion about it. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think the math is pretty cool? What do you think? Share it with one person. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want less stress and more success in crypto? Click this video right now.